Hey my scrappy friends, I have a video for you today for Mix It Up Monday that's a little bit different. So I am going to share with you a little bit about how I'm going to pack for an upcoming move that I'm having. I thought that might be kind of fun to share with you a little bit of what my thought process is going to be for how I'm going to pack, because basically we're going to be in a hotel or in housing, in our house here or in our house, our new place, and we won't have stuff. And I want to be able to have some stuff to scrap with, right? But because I'm coming from a place where I have to fly, I pretty much am limited on the amount of space. I mean, even if we were in a car, you only have so much space, right? So I thought that it would be really fun because I know summer's coming and people are starting to get ready to think about vacations, and I know a lot of people like to scrap while they're on vacation. And to be able to think about how you're going to pack for maybe a month's worth of stuff that you might have. Now, obviously, I could make this really easy on myself and just pack stuff like my new kits, right? I mean, this is one thing that I am thinking about doing, is just taking my two latest kits, the newest ones, and just sticking them in here. I may keep them in the bag, I may not, but I know that this probably won't get me very far in terms of how much stuff I can make if I have to go, what if I have to go 6 weeks, right? So for me, I'm thinking about, okay, what can I bring that isn't going to take up too much space, but that I can get a lot of scrapping done. And I know that kit clubs or kits that you make on your own have a decent amount of stuff. They have a thicker, they have little embellishments or die cuts and stuff, and they all match, and you have a decent amount of stuff that you don't need much, right? But also, when you're trying to think about the fact that, you're going to have a decent amount of stuff, what can I pack? But what can I get the most for your money? I know a lot. I had asked this a little bit because I was curious about what other things some of the viewers were thinking of what they might want to bring. And I know I had a lot of people ask about mixed media, and to tell you the truth, guys, I was a little hesitant on that. And I know that this is odd because I do tons of mixed media, but I'm thinking about planes. Like, what if you're on a plane? What if you're in a situation where you don't have a lot of space, or you can't really bring stuff with you that has a lot of liquid? So I know that anything that I bring that is liquid automatically can't even go on the plane. Like, it has to go in my luggage. So, and probably this box will end up going right in my suitcase. I am going to have a nice big suitcase. I'm going to stick it in with some of my clothes. I was thinking about probably, and I actually might be able to bring something like this on the plane with me. I was thinking about bringing maybe gold and one other color of like the little ones, because they're only 1 ounce. And I can stick them in a little bag like this, right? I can stick them in a bag like this. I also was going to bring my watercolor brushes that I have. I have some of these. You can fill them up. So you can, like on a plane, you can take the water right out and just put them right in your bag, so you're not worried about them spilling. And then you have something that you can keep safe, that it's not going to get, because I know part of what I was thinking is that I don't want stuff to get all over my stuff. I don't want it to spill on whatever I have in here. I don't want it to spill whatever is in my bag, because I'm going to have it in my bag, right? So, I mean, I have like these amazing de-stressors, which are only 0.5 fluid ounces. I could if I wanted to. Now, here's the only thing that I don't know about is how are these gonna go on an unpressurized, like, I mean, I might be able to put these in my bag like this, right, with these, and put them right in with my luggage and keep them like in my backpack because they're only a half a fluid ounce. So that's something to think about. If you're going to be on a plane, you know, is it something that you think is going to be okay in the cabin? Because stuff does weird stuff in planes. I've had liquids come out of bottles and stuff. So I'm thinking I'm just going to have a bag like this, just put a couple things in it. I don't know what it is, but I have a pink, so I would probably bring that. I would only bring a couple of colors because here's the thing is, if I fill up all on my mixed media stuff, then I'm not going to have space for the other stuff that I might want. So, yeah. So remember bags and stuff. I was thinking about maybe bringing my watercolor palette, but I haven't decided. I mean, if I bring my brushes, I might as well bring my palette, right? It's dry, it's not going to work. So one thing that I know I want to bring with me, or another thing that I'll have to want to bring is my glue. Now, here's something, I'm not even sure if I'm going to bring liquid glue at all because it's 2 ounces. I would have to stick this in the underbelly. So I could, once again, put it in here and just hope it doesn't squeak, like come out of the tubing while we're flying. I haven't decided because that's one thing that I'm thinking about. I'm going to be on a plane. My stuff is going to go, you know, this stuff isn't going to go in my backpack probably. I mean, maybe I'll bring it in my carry-on bag, but I haven't decided. Now, one thing that I know I'm going to need to put in here or in my bag is my ginormous thing, and this isn't even going to fit in here, so this is just going to have to go in my bag, which is fine because this could actually fit in my backpack, but when I'm flying, I am going to take, the blade comes right out, so that's something to think about. Are you, you know, is it just going to be easier for you to bring scissors? Because I thought about that, and I probably will put a pair of scissors in, like, I probably wouldn't put it in the bag like this, but I might stick them down at the bottom. Just a small pair of scissors. They're not going to take up much space. Yeah, it's going to be a pain because I can't do anything major with them, but it'll fit really nicely. Now, one other thing that I know that I use on a regular basis that I am going to want to have is I love to use my roller date stamp. So I wish I had a smaller one, guys, because I have this huge one. I wish I had just a small one because that would even fit better, but I don't. But that, I'm okay with that, right? So, and then I have this little small stays on, and I'm just gonna bring just one little ink pad, and then that's it, right? I'm not even gonna worry about having something bigger than that. These small ink pads, I could probably stick right in, like in here, or I could stick it in another little baggie. So I will, you know, have something like that. One thing I have a lot left over of is like these little nice packages that I got from Pink Fresh Studio when I used to get their stuff when they were still making the embellishment kits. And I'm going to take one of these and fill it with different types of embellishments. As you can see, I have a few things. Like I have some little word stickers. These ones are all summer themed. I thought that this would work really well with some of the photos that I probably will be doing, or some of the kits that are just coming out. I have some other flags that have different phrases on them in different colors. These will match probably pretty well with stuff. I also took a pack of die cuts from Maggie Holmes Open Book because I have a ton of these, and I was thinking that maybe because there's a lot of photography type of embellishments left, that these would be fun for like layers and stuff, and maybe I could use them up while I'm gone. I'm also thinking that I'll probably put in a couple of newer, like maybe one, one or two newer die cut packs that I have in bags like these. I store a lot of stuff normally in, so I store a lot of stuff in like these little dishes, right? And I can't bring these dishes, you know, I'll have them pack this up with my stuff. But I have a whole bunch of a second pack of like these Pink Fresh Studio stuff. I'll probably, or not Pink Fresh Studio, these are Pink Paisley. So I'll probably save these and actually, while I'm thinking about it, just put them right in another pack because I had some left over from the first pack and then I got one in a kit. But I probably won't bring that kit with me. Just because I'm thinking, you know, I don't want this to weigh a ton, right? But I do want a few things that I know I'll use. And pieces that have different size pieces. So, you know, like this one has like some little words. I don't know if I'll bring those or not. It'll depend. And so I'm going to put something like this. I'll probably put like some enamel dots and stuff like that in there. So, you know, like I have a few packs of these. I'll probably go, okay, what colors do you want? Put this in. Okay. So, you know, I'll take maybe like these and a pack of sequins and just stick those in there. And I'll probably keep it pretty simple to like something like that. I don't want to overstuff it, but I do want to make sure I have a few things that I think that will add, you know, to what I already have in my kits. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about that I know I'm already going to bring, and I think this is maybe about it. I might add a few more things to this as I finish up maybe some of the last bits of what I'm doing here. Is adding some pre-cut cut files that like are already on paper that I already did with my paper. Like this one got all messed up. So, but I was thinking that I might be able to use part of it. The thing, I forget what happened. It slid on one side and then it didn't finish cut, like the program freezed up or something, and so it didn't cut the whole thing out, basically. And so there's a few butterflies in here that I thought I might be able to like use on part of a layout. So, but then I also have some other cut files that I already pre-cut, you know, like stuff like a big coffee cup. Here's one that says coffee that I could use with paper underneath. A simple pattern that has pluses. What else do I have? I just took quite a few. I have this one that says life, fun, and what does that say? Us on it? Yeah. So us, fun, life, and I have that already cut out. So I figured I would take a few pieces that I already have cut out ahead of time. And then this is going to go in here too. So I'll make sure that this is like probably underneath all the way at the bottom. Just because I know that that will help add to whatever I have in my kits. And if I did do a lot of these, like some of these have pattern papers, but if I make sure that the rest of them are all white, then they can match with whatever papers. Now right now I have the matte in here, just keeping it straight. I might not keep that in there because I can see already that that's gonna make it really hard to fit on in there. But okay, so another kit that I know I want to stick in here is me and Felicia and Megan have been doing a kit, stash kit series, and I know that before I leave, I probably will have a couple left that I want to finish, and I might not be taping them, but I can still share them. And so I want to have that kit with me. So I have most of our next kit. So this is the one after the one that we're doing right now. And I want to have it nice and ready in here. So this isn't even all of it, but this is quite a bit of what will be in here. So I'll make sure, you know, I'm going to put this in here. So that will give me another, what, 5 or 6 papers to use up. So I have 2 of my latest kits. I have a stash kit that I made and then some cut files. And then I'm just going to put this in here. And I think basically probably really what's going to fit in here, guys. I mean, and like here's the thing that stinks about moving or traveling is you really can't, you got to think about how much it's going to weigh. Like if this is in your bag, you don't want it weighing 10 pounds, right? Because do you really want to carry 10 pounds worth of stuff? You know, add embellishments and stuff that you know that you can use. I'm trying to think of stuff that maybe doesn't have a ton of dimension, because what's going to happen after I make my layouts, my layouts are going to go back in here with all the rest of my stuff. So I don't really have any other place to put it, right? And then, so the last thing that I know that I want to make sure I have is photos. So what I did ahead of time is I've been making sure I've been printing tons of photos. I have, I don't know, oh my gosh, a ton of photos. These are a lot of my more recent photos that I've taken. I might make sure I print off a few more because I don't think I have much from when I went to the waterfall last, what was it, at the end of April, I think I went. It was a couple of weeks ago now. So I'm thinking I'll probably print off a few more, but basically I have photos printed off already. This is just going to have to get me through because I'm not going to bring, you know, I don't have another like selfie photo printer, and I think that this will be okay. I mean, this is quite a lot of photos to get me through. You know, I'll just have to make it work, right? So this is the thing. Now, one thing to also think about if you are going to pre-print your photos and you're not sure what kind of kits you're going to have, or you can pick your pictures based on your kits. I know Sarah Swan does that a lot. When she gets her kit, she picks out her pictures right away that she wants to use with that kit. That's a great idea because then you know you could you could say, oh well, this photo is going to go really good with this kit, so you stick it right in with the kit, and you have your photos that you already know. These photos I want to use with this kit. This kit has, you know, this stuff in it. So, you know, I know that this is going to work really good with this kit. So that's something to think about so that your photos work well. Otherwise, you know, you might want to think about taking more black and white photos that maybe don't have a ton of color on them, so that when you add the paper that has color on it, it looks okay. You know, so this will go in here. So, I mean, as you can see, guys, what I have here basically fits this whole thing. One thing I was thinking that I might want to make sure I add, I mean, and make sure that you have, you know, some journaling pens. Have a couple, because what happens if the ink goes splat all over or something, you know, like like my Ali Edwards pen has like died almost. One thing I also was thinking, I might add a couple of rolls of this, and I'll probably put this right in here. They don't take up a whole lot of space. You could pick, you know, some white and like a gray and maybe like a really fun teal color or a pink color, something that will match, and then you can add something that doesn't add a lot of bulk. Because I know I would love to add stuff like a lot of chipboard and stuff in my kits, but really I want to try to keep my layouts pretty flat. It will be hard, I'm not going to lie. So I think for today, this is all that I'm going to share with you. I will definitely, when I go and all my stuff is packed up and I have my kit all situated, I will make sure I share on the Crafty Maven Getaway Facebook group, because I know many of you guys will want to know. But like I said, I'm not bringing any stencils with me. I'm not going to bring any gesso with me, because it's not going to work for me. One thing that I know that I was thinking about bringing with me for sure is I have this Dina Wakley purple paint. I might try to bring this with me in a little baggie somewhere in my luggage. But that's just because this is the only really nice one that I had. But really, you know, keep it simple. You know, if you're going to be on the road, and especially if you're on vacation, you really don't need that much stuff, right? You could probably, I mean, I'm packing stuff because I know I'm not going to have anything and I'm going to get bored. But, you know, if you're traveling or you're moving and you need to have, you know, think of something like this. I know there's really nice iris containers. Mine doesn't have the little cubbies for all the embellishments and stuff, but I love the idea of using like these little things. You fill it up, it's filled, you know, that's all that you get to bring, you know. And you know, like I said, think about what you're going to use. You know, if you know you're not going to use stuff, like, you know, pack the stuff that you know you're going to use. You know, if you don't think you're going to use a certain type of item, don't bring it. Bring the stuff that you know you're going to use. If you see in your kit, you know, like if you get kit clubs and you see something that you know you're not going to use, replace it. You know, take that out and put something else in it that you know you're going to use. And like I said, think about how you're going to store your layouts after. One thing I wanted to share real quick that I know I'm going to be packing in here is when I'm done with my layouts, I'm going to bring a few of these. I have these left over from other kits, or like paper things that I've gotten. I'm going to put this in here because all my layouts that I do, I'll make sure I stick them in a bag so that in case, like just say, God forbid, you know, something spills in here. You know, it could happen, right? So that it doesn't ruin everything in your case. You know, if you keep them in bags and stuff, then stuff isn't as likely to get ruined. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I think I took about 20 minutes, which was what I wanted to share. You know, make sure you have some journaling pens and some stuff with you. You know, make sure you have your photos and just take a couple kits. Keep it nice and simple. I know a lot of people want to think about doing mixed media on the road, but you know what? Really keep it nice and simple because you can always do that when you get back home. You know, that's the one thing that I'm thinking about is that when I get back home, and I know once I get situated, if for some reason I absolutely have to have some watercolors or I have to have something else that I really need, I could probably always pick it up later. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any questions about maybe how else I might be bringing some stuff, let me know, and I will try to answer as many questions as you can. But like I said, I'm kind of keeping myself to keeping just one case, as heartbreaking as that is, and as much as I know I want to stuff it, I want to make sure I have space for my layouts when I'm done. And, you know, I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll just be bugging you guys with blog posts of pictures that I take or something, right? Because when in doubt, when you're traveling, take pictures, right? Make sure you take your camera, make sure you have all your cords with you and all that good stuff. You know, batteries, SD cards, all that good stuff. So I will see you guys later. Join us again for another day here on Crafty Maven, and I will see you guys later. Bye!